Hey guys, in today's from the install bay we have a unique one. Lexus just came in with a aux jack that's bad. We're gonna take out the aux jack and replace it with this Rockford Bluetooth adapter. Let's get to it. Alright, so what we have is the customer has an aux jack located in his armrest. Unfortunately, because this car is a little bit older, it has become extremely wobbly. So when you plug in, it just moves around a lot. So we're going to go ahead and take this area here apart to access that. Alright, so what we've got here is the cigarette lighter, which is an accessory, which is what we're going to use to power the device. And we have this here that is all wobbly. Now, we may be able to drill this out and put a new aux in it, but the customer doesn't want to do that. The customer really wants Bluetooth to begin with. So we just needed to get this out so we can get our pin configuration right, so we can tap into this with our new Bluetooth dongle. So what we have here on most Toyotas and Lexuses is a 4-wire system. 3 of these wires are going to be for signal, then you're going to have a 4th wire that runs off by itself. This is what wakes the radio up, so when you plug in the aux, it'll allow you to hit this and have it say aux, or hit the radio and have it say aux. Without this plugged in, you don't have access to it. You guys will know that from using it. So we need to figure out what resistance this has when this is plugged in. So what you want to do is take your digital multimeter, set it to ohm, which is the funny little peacock looking thing. Take one end and connect it to a ground. Thank you. Take the other end, cut that wire in half, connect one end to your meter, and you'll get a reading. But then what you want to do is plug it in. You'll get a different reading. In this case, we got 2.66. So what we need to do is replicate that resistance on this green line. So what we have here is a variable resistor. Now you can go out and buy a 2.66 kilo ohm resistor. These are variable, so what that means is you take these and you take your 2 probes and you connect them like so. And then they have a set screw in the top. And then you can take a flathead screwdriver and turn it until you get the ohm load you're looking for, or should I say the resistance you're looking for, on the screen, and you're good to go. Now what you want to do then is test it. So we'll take one end and connect it to the car side. And then we'll take the other end. Go ahead and connect that. And then we'll ground it. And now we'll hit aux on the radio, and if aux lights up, you're all good. So we're all good. So now what we have to do is we have to solder this in with one end on ground and one end connected to this, and then now we can get to actually figuring out what these wires are. So now while I'm over figuring out this little gem, Fernando's gonna go ahead and tap the cigarette lighter for power and ground, and also ground for our variable resistor. Alright, so what we're going to be using is the Rockford RFBTRCA. And what this guy is it's actually pretty cool. Let's go ahead and open it here. So what we have is a little universal Bluetooth dongle here, and we have this guy right here, which is a RCA to 1/8 inch. And then of course we have the power plug. Now you can use this for all different kinds of things. So for example, if we already have this in here, we could easily just plug in a male-to-male aux and plug this into it. But since this is bad, we're not going to do that. You can also use this to plug into an amplifier and make the amplifier Bluetooth. It's about a 3-foot cable. So for this, what we're going to do is we're going to plug this into here. We're going to feed it 12 volts. And now we have to connect these guys here to this. So what we need to do is find out these pins, and what they are is corresponding to RCAs. So to do this, we're going to take the cable they provided us with, we're going to plug it into this. Now it works if you wiggle it, and we're going to meter between these ends here and these wires to figure out what we need to hook them up to. So we're going to take our little notepad, write Toyota, and we'll write red, black, and white. Now what we want to do is take our digital multimeter, set it to continuity. We're going to strip these ends back a little bit. And we'll start with red. So red is going to be left positive, or in this case, gray. So we'll say gray, positive. We'll go next to black. Okay, so black is going to be black positive. And then white is going to be shield on both. Okay, so we have the information we need in order to make this work now. So we can set this aside. So what we need to do is we need to figure out how we're going to take these and hook them up to these wires. Now obviously we could just cut this and connect them, but that wouldn't be fun. So a couple of options you can do is you can take like a Y jack that's a single male to 2 females, cut this head off, throw it away, and then you'll have 2 females that you can hardwire into the car and plug these into. We also do a ton of high level to low levels and other integrations that have these female ends on them, so we've already got a bunch of these laying around. So we're actually going to use these to solder them in so that then we can just plug these RCAs in and be good to go. Alright, so we have the power hooked up, we have our resistor hooked up, we have our RCAs hooked up. We're going to mount the little Bluetooth guy. It's got tape. We're actually going to put it inside of here as opposed to burying it deep down in here, because it's got a little button on it. We want to be able to have access to that button if need be. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect these guys here. We're going to put a little bit of heat shrink over these so these don't fall apart. So at initial power up, it'll start flashing. If it doesn't, press and hold the button on here until it does this. Then what you want to do, then you want to go to your smartphone and look for new devices. In this case, look for the RF Go ahead and tap it. It'll go ahead and connect. Once the unit is paired, all 3 lights in the top will show solid blue. I'll go ahead and play some music. Okay, so when you're doing this, make sure you have the volume all the way up on the device, because Bluetooth is controlled from the volume on the phone. Alright guys, that brings this one to a close. So if you've got one of these cars, you got a bum aux jack, as long as it's not built into the radio and it's some form of external, you can do one of these things.
Pretty cool. It is cool.
I know, right?
Thank you for watching. You guys can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.
And as usual, we appreciate everything you guys do for us. We do these things
5 days a week.
Non-stop action and excitement, as I always say. Please subscribe, like, thumbs up, share, all that cool stuff, notifications. And you guys have a great night, and we will see you when?